Yeah, I think he is not able to hear us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He say he's checking.
Okay.
Need to check. There's another one, and it's Janine is going to be joined. Janine.
Okay, let's wait for everyone to join first. Oh, Shalinda
Hi,
is off.
Andrew. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Here, afternoon. Ne? Join that meeting. මේ මම අර මීටින් එකක ඉන්නේ මේ ජොයින් වෙනවද ඒ මීටින් එකට? මම ආට ඒව මැසෙන්ජර් එකකින්. Sharing the knowledge about this crisis situation. You need to go through with the link, then you edit the password and the what you call the meeting ID and the password. Then you can join in that meeting. No, tried. We have a few here already in the meeting.
Okay, Shalinda is back.
Oh, okay. I send it to you, man. I send it to you. Yeah. Okay. 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 Thank you. Manish,
He's
there's another GM will join from Kenya.
oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah, and I'm trying to connect one from Vietnam.
Hmm.
Chalinda?
Shalinda, I think his microphone is not available. His microphone is not working because I can see the icon. His video is there, but no microphone.
Okay. Chalinda, what happened with your microphone?
You are in your office?
No, no, I'm in the home
Oh,
office.
okay.
Work at home.
Everybody is working from home now.
Yes.
Okay. But this free Zoom call is gonna last for 40 minutes. We will reconnect again once this is
Yeah.
over.
Yes,
If
yes.
our
And
discussion is not finished.
yeah, there's a one, he said he will join from Echo CFO.
Okay. There's somebody else
And
come.
then
He just
one is
came in.
confirmed to me, Stefan from Vietnam.
Okay.
Hi, sorry to keep you waiting.
Hey.
Yeah, Manish, that is Malinda. He's a director of the Boost Hotels.
Oh, okay. Hi, this is
And
Manish.
he's really my lecturer.
Hmm.
And Malin sir, this Manesh is a group GM in True Hospitality.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Very nice to meet you, Mr. Manesh.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm not group GM. I'm actually group CFO for
Group CFO, sorry, sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
True
Yes.
Hospitality.
But at the moment, there are no any group GM, Manish, right?
Yeah, there's nobody the group GM. We
You
have
are take
signed
over
a
everything, right?
contract with Banyan Tree, so they will be appointing a person very soon.
Okay.
We're gonna have a GM
And
very soon.
Mr. Malind also one of the very keen, one of the very popular training institute. It's called Boost Hospitality.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me. I'm also
Yeah,
teaching
yeah, and
some small things at E Hotel Management School.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe we can help each other.
definitely, definitely.
yeah, you guys can started to discuss, and I'm trying to get it some others.
So, where are you based, Mr. Marinda?
I'm based in Colombo,
Oh,
Sri
Colombo.
Lanka.
Okay. So, is the virus has hit there also very badly?
Yeah, very much so, very much.
So, I think the hospitality business everywhere is almost impacted in all the areas, not only in Myanmar or India or Sri Lanka. I think Vietnam. everywhere because of the fear about which we have around the globe for this
Mhm.
virus. So the people are scared to travel.
Yeah, it's kind of practical issue, right? We can't help it.
Hmm. Hmm.
We won't be able to, because as far as I'm concerned, we won't be able to look at a future like within another 6 to it will take time like 6 to 8 months to recover.
Yeah.
According to World Health Organization, also to if they are giving the certification to travel to
Hmm.
a country, they have to have a certificate from the World Health Organization, and according to their requirement, we have to wait till the last diagnosed patient leave the hospital, and again we have to wait for 28 more days to see any other diagnosed person
Oh.
is uh, in the vision also.
Hmm.
So after that only the World Health Organization will give the certification that this is a corona-free country. It is
Oh.
free to travel.
Well, I think
So I,
the corona-free country, we won't see corona-free country anytime soon, because if their guideline is last patient, then everywhere the some, even in China where they say the virus is already controlled, they still see 50, 60 new cases almost every single day.
yeah, in China, I don't think they have controlled that. They have
Hmm.
controlled the information.
Hmm. 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 Yeah,
And
because
Russia also doing the same thing now.
hmm.
And I don't think it will take at least 2 months to get a certification like that according to World Health Organization,
Yeah.
and to build on that, to get clientele, get foreigners to visit our destinations, it will
Hmm.
take at least 6 to 8 months to recover. It will take at
Hmm.
least 6 to 8 months according to my knowledge and according to the documentaries I went through.
But even if that, let's say the 6 to 8 months, this thing will open, but we know that the airlines are affecting already. Visa restrictions are there in almost every country, so those things will also play a big role in letting the peoples travel again. Forget about the leisure. I think even for
Yeah,
business, there will be very
leisure wise, it
difficulty.
will take at least 1.5 years.
Yeah, because the people's income, like the economy, is getting affected so badly
Mhm.
now. The businesses are getting affected. The peoples are not able to spend money, even though, however, positive we still remain. I think the leisure travel, which, because let's say for example, even in like in Myanmar, most of the business come from the Europe.
Mhm.
So Europe
In
is
Sri Lanka is
getting,
the same. Huh? In
huh?
Sri Lanka, most of the Asian countries are the same.
No, most of the
Lots of
Asian,
foreign.
Southeast Asian countries are same. So at the moment,
Yeah.
travel industry is being run, especially in Asia, is being run through the West, and
Mm.
West is now getting so badly affected. Their economy is going down. I think the leisure travel will be very difficult to survive, to revive in a very short period of time.
Yeah, me too. I don't think leisure traveling. I don't think it will take at least 18 to 24 months.
Unless the vaccine comes, then the peoples are not scared to travel anywhere because they know that they will not get infected. Because peoples will still be scared. Even for business, the airlines will be difficult to run. I don't know how much load they will be able to have to survive the low
Mm.
tickets. Then the insurance will not allow them to travel, or if they say they will not cover the risk. So there kind of lot of technical problems will be there to resume the travel very soon.
Very true, very true.
So unless you are
And
from
how is
a
Myanmar coping?
huh?
Huh?
How is Myanmar coping? I heard that there are 3 deaths today, no?
Yes,
Total
two
of
deaths
three
today
deaths.
actually. The one was
Three
previous
deaths.
month,
No?
yeah, and two now.
So,
So
Mia, at the moment, the most critical part is in Myanmar. Still, people don't feel very serious about the COVID-19,
Yeah.
and there are some logic is going on. Their immune system is very strong, and their food patterns are will
We
not
don't know their
come
food
to
patterns.
them. You know there are some logic. No, no. I mean this logic started with the government officials.
Yes.
Okay.
The minister, he's a responsible person for communication, and he said we are more secure. That
Mm-hmm.
make more confidence about. They believe the COVID-19 will not much affected to the Myanmar.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that kind of things are happening.
Hmm.
Hello.
Excuse me, guys. Hi,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now we
yeah,
can
Ah,
hear
yes,
you.
Right. Okay,
yes.
okay. Because I had some issue with my audio, so right
Yeah.
now it's fine. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm
Actually,
Shalinde,
okay. Hi.
the manager at Paradise Hotel, Nuangshe.
uh,
I live in
Oh,
Nuangshe.
okay. You are in
Yeah, I
Longshui.
know these guys, Mr. Malinder, Mr. Nuan. I know them very well. So yeah.
Okay, so we
So
have
we are
somebody
passing
else
through a very
also joined us
critical.
just now.
Anyone?
Yeah,
Yeah, the Andrew is
ah,
joining from
okay, Andrew.
Kenya.
Okay, hi Andrew.
okay. Andrew is back in Kenya now. Hi, Andrew.
Yes, Andrew is in Kenya. Andrew is joining from Kenya.
Okay,
Hi.
hello,
Andrew, I believe you know everyone. Let me to introduce Manesh. Hi, Andrew.
hello. I think his audio also have a problem. I cannot see his
He's
microphone.
asking me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Anyhow, so Mr. Malinda, how the Sri Lanka is faring to the? Is there any local business? The lockdown is there already or not yet?
And when it comes to the resort areas, there's kind of a lockdown, but most of the city hotels are coping up with the business clientele and all. But
Ah,
I don't think it will last
so
that long.
there will
And
be some business, but not that much.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Hmm.
Even the salaries has been deducted
Oh.
up to 80%, and most of the only Jetwing is coping up well. Jetwing Hotels is coping up with the situation well. They have said that they are going to pay the basic salaries till for about 6 months or so.
Oh.
Other companies like other chain hotels like John Keel's, Edson Spence,
Hmm.
and Shangri-La and Sheraton and all other hotels, they have deducted, and they have asked most of the trainees to leave.
Hmm.
Most
Hmm.
of them.
Hmm. Well,
Not
I
not
But
think
most
not
of
only the
them
trainees,
hotels are
not only the
closed, huh?
trainees. But
Hotels are closed in Sri Lanka. I heard that a lot of hotels they are gonna close or they
not the
close
city
the hotel.
hotels. Most of the
Right,
resort
it's
hotels are,
operating.
yeah.
Right, right.
hmm. Well, I think for the time being, the only thing left with most of the, especially the small hotels, is we know the business is not going to be there for next 6 to 8 months. So there will
Hmm,
definitely be people cut, and those existing peoples also they will do the salary cuts as well, in order to
hmm, hmm.
survive for a long period. In Myanmar, we the government is giving out some loans to the hotel departments
Yes.
for like almost interest-free loans. Is the other
Hmm, hmm.
countries doing the
It's
same?
around 1%, I think.
Yeah, around 1%. So have you guys applied
Yeah.
already?
Yeah,
Actually,
they have also, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
our
So
MD plan to apply for this loan, but they are not paying that much interest on there. I don't know why. What is the reason?
Oh.
hmm,
They tell us that there are things going on behind there. So some
Hmm.
kind of the documentation. They just wanted to get the you know
there are plenty of
stop.
documents.
Yeah, they just that's true. And also they are just going to catch them for the taxation.
Well, that is
Some
definitely
kind
a
of
risk.
thing.
If
Yeah,
let's say
that's why
the
they
hotel
really
is not,
scared on it.
if the hotel is not submitting their SSB, they are not submitting
Yeah,
the income records properly, then definitely yes, they won't apply.
there will be
And
issue. Yeah,
I
that's
think the
why I think.
government was also surprised that we are giving loans, nobody is taking it. And the
Yeah,
reason why they are not
they're
taking
really
is
afraid.
because
Yeah.
they once they declare they have so many employees or they have so much income, the income tax department will come after their life.
Yeah. That
For
side they
us,
don't want to, I think.
yesterday we have decided in Shwetan Hospitality, including with the group CEO Harry, we have decided at the moment we will not apply, but we have submitted all our documents to the loan process,
Hmm.
and whatever the asking all the 16 type of documents in Park Royal Nepido, Pan
Hmm.
Pacific,
Hmm.
Escala,
Hmm.
and Zelex, we all put all the informations. Then yesterday evening, BOD has decided for the time being, we will not ask for a loan from the government. Still, we are manageable within our group.
Hmm.
Within our company, supporting each other.
Hmm.
In a
Well,
hotel, to we need
you
to get.
have a lot of other business units. I think those can help the other businesses, especially during
They're
these
in
times.
other
Yeah,
sectors too. Huh?
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why they're just
Yes,
trying to
because at the
manage among
moment,
the company.
yeah, at the moment, what we really looking for, now we don't have any hopes with the Q3 quarter
Hmm.
three, but at
Hmm.
least if we can have a business starting from Q4, it's meaning starting from September.
Yes,
I
yes.
believe at least if the market is not ready to, I don't think international market will be started from
Hmm.
starting from
Hmm.
September.
Hmm.
Then being only thing is in Myanmar situation, we need to motivate to the local market,
Yes,
which
yes.
is opening different type of promotions or the discounts and engaging with the local market. That is the only survival. At least we can go for a BEP for like a September and October.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
That
Well,
means if you need to get for
hmm.
a positive EBITDA, I believe it will take maybe on December onwards. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think maybe even November.
Well, I think the in the local market is definitely going to be a big challenge because the local peoples also will have some difficulty in paying the rates that the hotels would probably want to charge because the income levels are declining, the factories are being closed, offices are cutting the salaries. So yeah, I mean, to keep it positive side, I think we can safely say, let's assume around September October we can get some business back, if not from the international market, maybe from the domestic market.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing is more other critical part is most of the expatriates,
Yeah.
their current employment is going to be unsecure because of the company don't have enough funding to pay their
Yes.
salaries and all kind of things. Sometimes
Yeah.
I know there are some few companies they are waiting for until the airport is open.
Well,
Yes, when
To
the
that
airport,
send
will,
them
I
back
think,
to their country. Yeah.
that
yes,
will also put the service apartments in Yangon or everywhere else also at risk, because if the peoples are sending back, the expatriates peoples are going back, then normally service apartments have long term business, but then those business will also get affected,
yes, exactly.
even the
No,
housing
this
market.
because one thing is the as every company we
Hmm.
were not ready for to have this kind of crisis situations,
Yeah.
because we forget about the crisis management. We thought
Hmm.
about the crisis management as a employment crisis management. Every company they were well ready for an employment crisis management,
Yeah.
but they never ready for a financial crisis management. That's the one of the thing. It's become kind of very critical at the moment,
Hmm.
especially in Myanmar. What we have seen is still some of the company they are not really understand. Even though we are giving as a worst case scenario, whatever the thing, at the moment, company like to show their pride. No, we don't want to cut our staff salary.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
reduce
It's
our.
like that. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Because right now we just trying to get some, we just trying to consider in between the owner and the staff. Just it has to be fair for everyone. But right now, some companies, I mean, okay, just I don't want to hide anything. I mean, including our company. So they just wanted to show that okay, we do have money, we can pay salary, but they just want to think about not short term, because we cannot set up a plan when it's going to be okay. Can be 3 months, it can be 4 months, 6 months, maybe 1 year. They have to set up a plan. But right now they also confuse and also panic,
I think internet
with the
connection
system.
some problems.
I think most of the, yeah, you are right. Some of the owners are thinking that it will be over in 2 months, 3 months maximum. So
Yeah,
we don't need to cut the salary. But if you see it from the employee perspective, it's good. But if you see
it's
it
really good.
from the
Yeah,
long term sense of the business, then is not
true.
good for even for the employees. What if after 3 months
Yeah,
the business is going at the level of bankruptcy? What is the point? And they will lose their job
process.
100%.
Yeah,
So instead
so
of
later
taking a
on they
cut
don't
now
have.
20%, 30%, and let's survive for next 6 months, if they want
Of
100% salary
course,
now for next 2 months, but after that is
after that
bankrupt.
what we are going to do? Yeah.
So then what they are going to do?
Because,
Nothing.
and also they might not have enough fund to continue the operation when we
Yes.
reopen the hotel.
Yeah, then
So
because the hotels need a
that's why
lot of
they have to
money after
consider.
some time.
Yeah, we have to do some renovation,
Yeah.
so we have to, at least we have to spend some money to reopen the hotel. So that's what we set up
Betul,
plan, but sometimes they don't want to listen to us, because of their point of view are different than other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah,
let's let's that is the normal situation. Let's discuss about something which we what are in our hands now. So what the hotels are doing, what your groups are doing in terms of, let's say we cannot
They're going to
manage
do
the
with the
crisis, we
existing
are not able to manage
employees.
the business, but we can definitely do some other things like staff training or maintenance. Are you all guys doing that already, or the businesses are 100% closed?
Uh, yes, for let me to share what we do normally now. We started, we joined with the Microsoft team,
Hmm.
and very recently we joined with the Microsoft team, and we have a SharePoint.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
normally we do we have a task allocation because of at the moment, our most of the people, especially head office operation, most of the people they are working at home.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then what we have created, even though in CLEX also most of the back of the house operations, we let them to stay at home.
Hmm.
And all the key management members, we have a daily task. We allocating the task in every evening. And then with the Microsoft team and the SharePoint, what we are normally doing is we collecting all the informations. Even though our HR department is handling kind of training online,
Hmm.
because is a one reason what we are doing is we counter checking the people, because we giving instruction for them to don't go out of their apartment or out of their homes.
Hmm.
And then randomly we can check our employees, are they at home or not. That's
Hmm.
why we always try to do engagement with our staff, because main reason is we let them to stay at home,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
they be responsible this time to don't go out.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
That's why we don't have any schedule training programs, but what we are doing is normally we randomly calling to everyone,
Hmm.
and then we continue with some of the training, and especially what we are doing is what every companies they do. We do our data analysis about what we have done last 4 years, and what are the things we have done any mistake or anything.
Do you have a training
We
budget
are
on that?
motivated to do some
One,
homework.
one. Do you have a training budget on that?
At the moment, we don't have a training budget. Because we have some training budget, we didn't allocate any training budget. This time, we mostly focusing on whatever the people we have it in our organization,
Hmm.
right? Use them as a train the trainer kind of things. Then
Hmm.
we train in according to that. Because online training
Yeah.
you cannot do every subject.
Why
So
don't you go for online training programs like for housekeepers? I'm referring to top management level people.
supervisory level. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
understood.
executive level also.
uh,
And why don't you go for online training programs? Online diploma level training programs are there, conducted by well recognized universities in the world, and
Hmm.
you can, because most of the top management people are at home and they're not doing anything and they're losing their knowledge also, right? It's
Yes,
better
yes.
for them to for you, it's better you go through those online programs and you select one or two programs for them. Most of them are like for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It doesn't take that long. Most of the diploma levels and certificate level programs, and it will be helpful for most of the top management people to get some knowledge, acquire some knowledge on that,
Well, you
especially
can.
for housekeepers, front office, F&B,
There are some on
F&B management.
Allison. I think some programs on Allison.com.
Suranga, welcome.
Hi,
Yes,
Surang.
Suranga is a director of DNS Hospitality.
DNS.
DNS.
Hello.
And
Hi, hi, how are you? Suranga.
I think, yeah, Surang, you know everyone except Manish.
Except
Manish
Manish.
is a group CFO for two hospitality.
Fine,
And
fine.
they are very soon going to coordinate with Banyan Tree.
Yeah.
Right,
Fine.
Manish?
Yes, yes. We have a joint venture with Banyan Tree.
Hmm. Right. Okay. Most welcome, everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
I was listening to these things. I include my comments also in future. You can go ahead.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
in
yes.
case we
It's very
disconnect,
interesting.
I just want to let you know I put a new meeting ID there, because the previous Zoom session was allowed only for 40 minutes. So I have put a new meeting ID just in case we disconnect, then we can join into the new meeting.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So okay, yeah, we were discussing about the online learning. I think on Allison there are many free things to learn, like Allison.com, where you can learn some hotel management operations, at least the basics, the fundamentals, so that the even the lower level employees can learn something new to just to keep their motivation up. I'm also
Yeah,
putting
that will
some
be
online
great.
courses
I
on
think
my website, so you can let them choose those things as well.
so. Don't let them to select. Let them select. It
They
doesn't
never do
work.
that. They never do that.
It's
Yeah,
better.
that's true as well.
It's better.
You can
Yeah.
select and
Someone
let
So
them
or
know
we
that
have to
these
your
are
take
the courses.
initiative.
coordinators.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like for example, I have some online courses on revenue management fundamentals or P&L analysis, some basic
Okay.
course on the labor cost management, or
Hmm.
some other like similar courses which
Hmm.
the supervisors, the assistant managers can take, so that they understand the fundamentals of these things, because these are like important managerial skills they should have. In case they can progress, it's better for them.
Right. Thanks. Time limit. Got the message.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So what else is being run on the training aspect? So you guys have any structured training program for the employees, for especially for those which are still at the hotels?
Actually, okay, I'll start from my side.
Yeah.
So I got like 10 staff right now inside the hotel. I have 52 staff
Mm-hmm.
for 55 rooms
That's good.
premises. But the thing is, okay, I got 10 staff, but most of the staff are from the village. So
Mm.
they have some kind of issues to get the internet facility, and also their, the capacity to
Mm.
understand
Mm.
even my supervisor level. So I
Mm.
have conducted some training class for the supervisors, like supervisor leadership skill, the
Mm-hmm.
management theory, management skill, so on. So that's why I was thinking not to conduct a training, because if I want to conduct a training, so I have to be with them and
Yes.
I have to instruct them. I have to show. I have to give the guideline. So that's why I didn't start any particular training classes. But in according to the point that Mr. Malinda mentioned, so it's better to go through online courses like
Yes.
diplomas, so on. So it's interesting. I'll just try to make a note. Then
Hmm.
I'll contact you, Mr. Manesh. So
Yeah, sure.
then I'll go through your website and just trying to choose some
Hmm.
training courses.
Yeah, let
So
me
it's
type
interesting.
the address of my website.
Sure.
And there are some websites which are offering free courses like allison.com, and then there are some like edx which is also giving free courses, so you can choose them as well. edx.org. So these have some like fundamental management courses. Some of them has food and beverage, stewarding, or some sort of those kind of courses, so it's easier to see, easier to learn.
Mhm.
Is there an evaluation process?
No, that actually I think they don't. They on Ellison.com, yeah, they have a uh, predefined questionnaire which you have to fill up like
Hmm.
optional questions. The four point option, 3 point option. But
Okay.
yeah, most of them they don't have because they are short courses, 3 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour, 10 hour courses, not more than that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So it's just for like topic based, so you will not get diploma from that, but you will be able to get the certificate. But it's just more for knowledge getting, not really. And I don't think people will nowadays want to when especially online, they won't take the assessments, or unless they pay $6,000 for MBA, then they will do it.
Correct, 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 correct. If not, no one care about that.
Yeah, otherwise, even when I'm teaching at the MBA institute here, some of them, even though they are paying like $6,000, $7,000 for an MBA course, I give them assignments. The due date is normally 2 weeks, but they are not filling up the
Mhm.
assignments until like a month later, because I don't know what is the, especially here, the mentality is very like relaxed, especially when they are working. And but it's the right time for executives, because normally when you want to teach them while they are working, they have an excuse. We are not aware, or we don't have time, we are tired at home. But now they won't have any much excuses, I think. They just have to learn.
Correct.
So what else is ongoing there in your hotels? Maintenance? Are you guys spending money on the future developments?
Okay, my place.
My
I had
observation
one.
about what the current situation with the
Hmm.
especially staff, they're quite unsecure about their job.
Hmm.
They really don't know what is really going to happen to their job, and they don't know. They are kind of very hopeless at the moment.
Yes.
And really, even though if we try to train them this particular time, and even though we do some kind of, we say motivation training or whatever the training,
Hmm.
but we don't know the real skills. And our objective will can go through with that, because of people all are worried. And
Hmm.
some of the surrounding, the hotels, they started to do some deduction. At the
Hmm.
moment, they will pay only half of salary. Some of them, they can pay only 60% salary.
Hmm.
And the people, they have their own expenses. And this time, I believe everyone, including ourselves, we have a kind of stress, right? And in that mentality, or that kind of situation, even though if you're going to give any training, even though positive
Yeah,
attitude,
the thing is, I think you have to clear those things off with the directors, with the owners of the company, first.
Yeah.
clear these kind of things are off at the moment. That is kind of, yeah, kind of situation what we are facing. We don't know
Yeah, you
really.
have to face the truth, no?
Well,
You
I
Yeah,
can't.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree with
You
Mr.
can.
Malinda. You have to clear with the BODs and then have a very clear communication with the staff that
Mm.
what is the future going to be. Will there be layoffs? Will there be pay cuts? What will be happening to them? For example, like we have done a special communication with the staff where we have
Okay.
told them that look, we at this point of time, yes, it's a very difficult situation. We are not going to lay off anyone because when we announced the joint venture together with Banyan Tree, the people were also asking the same question: what will happen to them,
Hmm.
especially the managers and the GMs? uh, will we take their jobs? So we just have to have a very clear communication with them that there nobody is going to lose their job because they have been working for a very long period of time. Our management has made it very clear for the time being. Till now we are not going to take away any jobs, so far as, and we are asking them also to volunteer if they agree to pay cash. So like some of normally close the beach hotels, so we are asking them whoever want to stay home have to do a pay cut. Like in the past, we used to offer them 30% pay cuts if the people stay at home. This year, we are asking them how much they want to offer. So it's more of a togetherness with the employees. I think it just have to be clear at the since from the top level and then clear down to the bottom level of employees and okay, what we can do together in these
Hmm.
times.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
can I? Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sure.
Mr. Manish, now I do have a question. Now, if you really looked at Sri Lanka hotel sector,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because we are overlooking individual owners hotels.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we are having an issue of the break even. Even to pay the salaries.
Yes.
There is there's a cost factor each and every month. If you look at the Banyan Tree, Hilton, and other international companies, they don't
Mm.
have funds to go ahead and carry on this issue. But in Sri Lanka, as Nuan and other people mentioned, we don't know how many days, how many months that issue will drag on.
Yes.
So, and this is an issue. Actually, this is the reason. Actually, we need to taken out some staff, paying a 50% salary. That is also can't keep on and doing it at the moment. And also, if we tell them right now, because if you really look at their mental factor,
Mm.
they don't have time to pay an attention with the training and other thing if you have implemented those. And what,
Yeah.
since you do have experience in the industry, what could be a best suggestion you can give us? To keep up their mind. Those we can apply it if you really match into our organization too.
Mm. Well, I think, as I said,
Uh,
what I
sorry,
have
sorry
been
to
learning.
disturb for the
Yeah.
discussion. Now, the Surat Cluster Training and Development Manager in Hilton, Myanmar, Hilton Hotels, I think, is also joining with us.
Hello,
Surat,
Surat.
welcome.
Hi,
Hi,
Surat.
Hi. Hi. Yeah.
Here we have Manesh. Manesh is a Group CFO for True Hospitality. And Mr. Malinde is here, and the Shalinda, and Andrew and Surang. These all gentlemen are
Yeah,
joining with us.
Yeah. Okay. So to
okay.
answer
Pleasure
Surat,
meeting you guys.
yeah.
Mm.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Manesh, yes.
Yeah, to answer Surat question, I think even the yes, it's true that we are in uncertain situations. I think we are now we the owners and the employees are not sure how long this gonna continue. We don't have break even, but when we look at these kind of decisions, I think owners need to understand it's not a 1 month or 2 month business that we are in. We are in for a long term business here, and some of those employees which are uncertain might be working with them for like 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, or 1 year, and they have spent a lot of money on training and development of those peoples. They understand the property, they understand their guests, they may be some of their best stars. So if they don't keep them well now, even if they have to sacrifice the cash flow, the negative cash flows for 2 month, 3 month period. I think it's very difficult. It will be more dangerous if they let them go, and that's why the governments are also trying to help the businesses to keep those employees. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for them to survive. I think it's a matter of question now. For the time being, it's very difficult to say what will happen after 2 months or 3 months. I think we have to make the decisions once we are in June, July, when the it's predicted that the pandemic will be kind of over. Because as I see now, most of the countries are now going towards the peak. UK, Europe is all going towards the peak, or they are starting to decline slowly. US will be peaking this week. I think most likely this week they will peak, and then after that take another 2 or 3 weeks to come to slow down. It will not go away 100% completely, but at least it will slow down to a very minimum level. Southeast Asia is just starting. Thailand starting. I think Sri Lanka also starting. Philippines is still struggling. So these countries, once the Europe is over, because it reached Southeast Asia a bit later, so it will take some time here also. But to stay on positive side, I think by June end we have some more clearer situation. Until when we will be surviving, and usually if you see it, April to October is already anyways a low season. You don't really have a lot of businesses. April to September usually you have negative cash flow, no EBITDA, not much of the. So you have to survive the business from the money that we have earned during October to March in any case. So it's just a matter of few more months to see before we take any decision. So I think the management and the owners need to have a clear talk with the staff regularly, not just only one time. I think every week we should have some kind of talk with the management, with the staff. What's going to be in the what's in the picture? How are they doing? Their families, and then update them on the situation that within 2 months, 3 months, what may happen, so that they know what's coming in.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Manish.
So we have Surat. Maybe you want to add something?
Well, yeah, I mean, at this moment here from our hotels also, I think uh, we don't know what will happen in the, as you said, like in the next 2 months, three
Yeah.
months time, we don't know what will happen. So, in terms of training and development, of course, now I'm having a very big challenge because uh, everything is like in terms of like financial like stuff.
Hmm.
There are a lot of that we need to do. This. So the first thing that they will consider is to cut down the cost in the training and development. So I have
Yeah.
a very big challenge in that, right? So
Yes.
Agree, 100%.
I think everybody here will have the same challenge, that on one time we are saying it's a slow time. Let's focus on training. Let's focus on maintenance. Let's focus on guest experiences. On the other hand, we have a challenge that we have to cut the cost also.
of course, yes.
We have to manage the labor cost.
Yeah.
So
So
those
that's
challenges will be
now.
there.
So, but I mean, one thing that we do, I mean, I think right now, I mean, that is one of the like the negative fact. But one more positive thing that I can see is all our team members in Hilton Corridor, because right now I'm based in this property because the other two properties are under lockdown situation, right? So this property, this is just one compound, so no one is going out from the hotel. So everyone is staying in the hotel. So we have accommodation and everything for team members in the hotel itself. So and we are focusing so many things on like like developing their like the job skills and stuff. So I focus on my trainings as well. these few weeks.
Hmm.
I mean, of course, for this water festival, also they are not going out. So
Yeah, this water
we have to
festival
keep
is
them
locked.
engaged, right? So it's a good. I mean, I look at it in a very positive way, and I take it as a, like a very positive thing. So uh, I'm very much into like training and development these days,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
which I don't have to spend any money because it's all like I use my internal talent here, and I get engaged in many trainings. So, but what do you think now? I just joined the conversation with you guys. So, what do you think? Like, how it will affect to the tourism here in Myanmar? What do you think? Any suggestions that any idea that when this will, like anyone has an idea when this will be back to normal?
Hmm. Mr. Malinda, you want to answer him?
You have already answered that
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
No, Surat, I believe, I mean, not only even in Myanmar, because I believe even entire Southeast Asia, maybe until quarter 4, right? Until
Yeah.
quarter 4, there are no any much changes will be happen. As Mr. Manish has explained, somehow in Myanmar, after April Water Festival until first week of October, that is we consider as a low season, and still the hotel are operating without much business. Whatever the revenue they generated from October to April, they utilizing that revenue to the operate the hotel with maybe very minus cash flows,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And that's why it's not very big difference to the Myanmar, but it will be a different with the Sri Lanka, because Sri Lanka have a huge market, I believe, starting from May, June, July, August, right? And here situation then is still in the, if you're looking for a quarter four, if the situation is back to normal, the Chinese, Japanese, and some Asian will started to travel.
Yeah, I think that
And I hope
if you say China, probably China may travel because it seems like they are able to. I mean, as from the reports at least, you see they are able to control it. It's not that many of cases. It seems to be that their factories are already open. They are already going to work.
yes,
At least they show it to the world that their in domestic travel is already ongoing. So
yeah,
probably the
Started
Chinese
now.
will definitely be able to travel in October, which is their national holidays.
yes,
But I'm not sure will if the virus is not gone by that time. Unfortunately, in case maybe China won't allow them to travel.
yeah, exactly. No,
But
only
there
the
will be only business clientele, right? There will be
Yeah.
only business clientele. There won't be any leisure clientele traveling. I don't think. I don't see till about I don't know till about next year or so.
yeah, exactly.
I don't see any leisure travelers traveling to Myanmar or other Asian countries. Only business travelers will be there.
So what do you guys think about the
Rainy
hotel
season is
rates?
very
How it
slow.
will impact the
But
hotel rates? Do you think that the rates will go down in the future once the pandemic is over, or we will be able to maintain the rates?
mm, my calculation, I think the rates will go down, because now if you're looking for a, like a 2012, 2013,
Hmm.
they have a high demand and very less number of rooms.
Yeah.
That's why even though Yangon, I believe you were in the Shangri-La in that particular
Hmm.
time,
Hmm.
you remember like a city five-star hotels, it was same like that. In
Yeah.
that particular time, is a city five-star hotels, the average room rate is like $80 to $85.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that room rate has goes up to $275 to $300,
Hmm.
right? Because of that, like a boost, even though unexpectedly. But
Yeah.
now I
Yeah.
believe market is very matured. In the Myanmar market is no more going to have a like a golden jubilee kind of things in the future. Now
Hmm.
I believe it will be happen same like a Bangkok. Now this crisis situation, one thing is Myanmar at the moment, even though Ministry of Hotels and Tourism, they don't have a pricing strategies. They are
Hmm.
not instructing to the hotel to how to maintain the minimum room rates and the maximum room rates. Those are no policies and anything. They depend on the hotel owners, depend on their cash flow. They can play the hotel room rates accordingly. That's why
Yeah.
I don't think when the country is open, if the operation occupancy is going like 20 to 25 in the Yangon city,
Yeah, I
very
think the rates will be free flowing.
reduce to
Depends on
four
the
star
supply.
level, 4 star will reduce to 3 star level, 3 star will reduce to 1 star level, and and then again like a very small hotel will remain like a $20 to $25. And
Mm-hmm.
even last season also I have a very carefully observed this the rate strategy, how the 5 star hotels they have done, and I have realizing the same thing, because undercutting the room rate structures are using in Myanmar. In the salesperson, they don't know how to sell the product. They
Yeah,
never using selling point, right? Whenever they go to the sales call, okay, can you give $5 lower? Yes, we will give.
yeah.
That kind of things are bringing to the very messy market. Now also in Yangon market, room rates are not stable,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's why I believe after this the crisis, I believe again room rate will be go down, because people are now is swimming and they try to survive.
Yeah,
At
I
least
think
they
there
will
will
look
be at
own cash
least
flow.
a big price war from small hotel chains, individual hotel
Yes,
chains. Not may not be the branded ones, but they definitely the small hotel owners will definitely want to take the biggest part of the business in their own hands, so that they can
yes,
survive the losses which they are now already incurring.
yes, yes, exactly. But in a resort, I believe like a Nepali and the Inle Lake, I believe it still depend on the I mean quality of your products. Is still you can
Uh,
properly.
One, I would like to add one thing, because
Hmm.
now there are a lot of construction going on in lake, a
Hmm.
lot of hotels, new hotels coming in. So I think the government should take initiative to control this. I mean, giving the license and to set up the start categorization, so no one take initiative. So for an example, if I have money, I can build a hotel here, and just set up. Okay, I can say that this is a 3 star hotel, this is 2 star, and I can negotiate the price, and I can set up the pricing. So this is not the way to be. So now Nuang Shui and Inle Lake, we have like 180 hotels,
Hmm.
180 registered, license with
Hmm.
license. Without license, there are many. So at the same time, still there are some construction going on right now also in Nuang Shui. So 5 6 hotels, they have constructions. So it means there will be another more, let's say, 800, 900 room nights coming in to the industry. So this is also we have to control. This is also really affected to the pricing. It means we have to lower down the rate.
Yeah. I think the
So
government has to take some initiative, not only in Myanmar, in
of
every
course,
country, that the
every countries.
future inventory, whatever is taking, they should be putting it on some off, because there will be no demand. I mean, there will be very less demand, and if the supply grows, then the demand supply dynamics will drop the rates like crazy, and then the
And
hotel will
at the
suffer
same
even
time,
more.
you have to look for the occupancy level expectancy, no? Occupancy expectancy
In
next
Myanmar,
year, next, okay, starting from the Q4. What is your occupancy expectancy? According
oh,
to that only we can deal on the room rates, right?
I think mostly the in Myanmar during the low occupancy, during the high occupancy period, resorts usually have occupancy on an average about 60 to 65%. Some destinations
No,
have
no,
70%
after this
occupancy.
crisis,
No,
Mr. Gupta,
normally, normally.
no,
So
yeah,
I think after this crisis is over, it will be maybe 50 to 60% of what used to be. So you are talking about 35 to 40% occupancy, and for quite a big number of hotels, I think the break even point is that level, 35% usually.
and achieve that. That's a great achievement. I don't think it will be there like 30 to 35.
We
with
are
this
still
situation.
remaining
Exactly.
we are still remaining positive and hopeful.
Nuan, we can't hear you, Nuan and
No, I
uh,
mean,
Surang, Suranga there.
Suranga.
He muted.
I mean,
Suranga,
in Sri Lanka, what you all are gentlemen, I think, what type of strategy they will use, because how they are going to manage their occupancy. They also like to motivate to the first domestic market, and then they will go directly to the Middle East market. What do you think in Sri Lanka situation?
you're asking from Suranga, right?
Yeah,
Suranga?
you
Yeah,
both.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, if you really looked at Sri Lanka hotel sector now, I have done a small research because since I attached with Colombo University too with the hospitality sector. Now, measures we have been taken in terms of controlling of corona. It's compared to other countries. Sri Lanka, I would say rather improvement. So that could be possible for us to get the health tourism
Hmm.
in future. That's a new trends people are talking about. If you really looked at Sri Lanka, we were really lacking on the health food. People, I would say about people don't think about the sustainable tourism. Now this is the positive fact in Sri Lanka. The risk thing is, even the domestic market we are planning to cater for, it will take some times because in Sri Lanka, there are many hotels. Supply is really high.
Hmm.
Uh, so if you really look at the chain hotels, they are ready to give any discounts. I would say about John Hills, Team Resorts, and other domestic hotel chains. And so that's when they go into sometimes I've really looked at hotel like Marriott's. They are getting the rates for in 20,000 rupees full board. That's I'm talking Sri Lanka rate. So that's a challenge we'll be having because the other thing is people don't have money to travel. If you look
Hmm.
at Sri Lankan, and now people are, even if you really looked at our personal life, also we are trying to, everyone has bank loans, car loans, so all been stuck. So therefore, so positive is that we do have a chance to get the health tourism that has to come from the other countries. For that, international market has to be recovered. If you really looked at the markets, most of the tourists we get from our first three markets are Indians and Indian, French, and Germany.
Hmm.
So and China was number two if we looked at 2018 sets. So those markets, if you really looked at to first thing, Europeans needs to be recovered. So that the positive factor is soon as it's to be recovered, we do have a chance to get the those people who really come and experience our health tourism.
Hmm.
So that's a clear idea which I can give you all at the moment. Positive factor, risk factor is even Sri Lankan will be recovered. So we do not have a chance to open up our Sri Lanka airport.
Hmm.
That's the area we get the clients in the country. That's a risk factor. So yet, if we don't need to selfish on this situation, even we are with the hospitality sector because uh, we really wanted to at least keep end of October, November without opening the airport because since as we expect the European has to be recovered. So so that's my conclusion at the moment
There may
about
be
the
an
Sri Lanka hotel
unexpected
About Sri
sector.
Lanka.
factor that in case, let's say, the pandemic in Europe is over, the peoples are already so scared to live in the homes, they may want to go out and travel immediately. But
Yeah, yeah,
then they
correct.
will
Yeah,
look for,
that will be another. Yeah, that will be another possibility also, Mr. Manish. Yeah,
but
that
they
will
will
be
look
another
for
And
cheaper
the
possibility.
places
local
because they may not
restaurants
have enough
also,
money to spend.
local restaurants will get a boom. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, local
people are
restaurants.
waiting till
So you are all
this.
you are
Malin
also
also can
serving
include. Yeah.
Yes, and
the
local
local
restaurants
delivery
will get a
foods.
street foods and local restaurants will get a boom. Definitely.
Yeah. So in Sri Lanka, you guys are doing the food delivery from your restaurants.
Sorry?
Food delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
food delivery, it works right now, but even the right now there are some, there are some hotels. If I looked at Hilton International, they have shared some flyers also. If you want to have a food, you can order through Hilton also at the moment.
yeah, so I
But
think
that
most
will
of the hotels now are starting the food delivery business.
Even
Even
Hilton also do the delivery.
Yeah, yeah,
Qantas
with the help of
started.
Uber
That's
and
great.
pick up.
That's great.
But luckily in Yangon again is different because Yangon at the moment there are many delivery companies
Hmm.
which
Companies.
like Yangon door to door, Food Panda,
Yeah, they are just
Grab.
purely delivery companies only. They don't have their own kitchens or anything else. They just deliver.
No, they don't have own kitchen, but they
Yes.
really hotel can be a more independent. Depend on the hotel marketing,
Hmm.
we can get a real good market.
Yeah.
I heard about Parmi Pizza, for example. They are
Hmm.
really enjoying, even though their sales are much more higher than when the restaurants are open.
Oh, because
Wow.
of the food delivery.
Yeah, because food delivery. Because of at the moment, they are now. If you just now want to order the Parmi Pizza, you need to wait until the 2 p.m. because
Wow.
pre-order has been already completed.
My goodness. No, I
And
also
then
started
you
the delivery business for my apartment business. So we have a
yes,
cafe.
I
So
have
we
seen.
started the online business just before the pandemic. I did not expect pandemic to affect it, but we just started it just as a additional income, and it's given us a chance to sell at least 5, 6, 10 pizza orders almost every single day. So we were used to
Yes.
do a business of like $50, $60 in our small cafe. We are still doing the same. So the restaurant closing down has not really a big impact on us.
Yes, exactly. That's why the most of the restaurant people also talking about. But the business for bars are going to be very affected. The
Yeah,
bar
that
business
that you
are
cannot do a phone
not too
delivery.
bad. Yeah, but not the food at the moment in
Yeah.
Yangon.
Mm. Well, I think that
Yes.
that's maybe a lesson that most of the hotels should be learning is to try and diversify the income sources in the hotel, especially the city one. I mean, resorts are still too much dependent on in-house guests, but city hotels definitely they
Yes.
have much more ability to diversify the sources of income. By delivery, by some other sources, classes, or membership, or something else, which even though these times or these difficult times, they can still survive.
Yes. And I think is I heard about in Sri Lanka all the loans what they have took for a development of the hotels or any industry. The government has given the 6 month waive period.
Oh, 6 month moratorium.
Wave off. Yeah.
6 months, right?
Yeah. They have given 6 months. Yeah. That
not
depends
Hmm.
on
the
the.
not the wave of one. What they have done is they have given us a grace period
Temporarily.
that has been brought
Grace
forward.
period.
Yeah,
Mm.
they have
Okay.
not.
No, no,
You
no, not
you
wave
don't
off.
you,
Sorry,
you
sir.
still
Sorry
you
for
need
the word.
still yeah still you need to pay, but you have to pay from another 6 months onwards. But still you need to justify into the government saying that you can't pay this.
Hmm.
That's
Okay,
what
but how about
has.
interest?
Pardon me.
Interest.
Interest, of course, they have been waived off, but
Okay.
again, your loan will be starting after 6 months. The day that incident was happened.
But that actually
Hello.
will be having more interest. So, are they going to stop the calculation of interest, or it will continue?
No, that will continue from after 6 months. At the moment,
Hmm.
what they have done it. You don't need to pay following 6 months. That's it. That's
Okay,
in.
they
That's
So it's
freeze.
just helping on
They
the cash
freeze.
flow only, not really anything else.
yeah. No,
So you may have to pay more
no,
interest
no, not
actually.
not that.
No,
And
they
and
are not going to calculate for interest for
Hmm.
particular 6 months.
and uh, and also, Mr. Manish, we had an interest of 14 to 18% if you are going to invest any business with hospitality. Now, actually, the government has given another facility. You can justify into the government. They will give another loan of 4% where
Hmm.
you can pay your salaries and you can run your operation getting that loan. So that's
Hmm.
another option government has been given.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Well,
So
that's
those are
good.
the it's great to have everyone on board, so we will have this. If you all have a chance, we can share these ideas, we can plan something as a globally to break this challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the appreciation need to go to the Mr. Manish. He has given this
Yeah.
idea, and then we talk about okay. Today, even though there's a one from Maldives is supposed to
Hmm.
join, and one from Vietnam, and one from Germany, and unfortunately, I know that they are out of touch. Most probably, our next discussion, I believe, we can engage with the more other countries
Yeah, I
hoteliers.
mean we can spread it out. What I will do is I'm recording this. What I will do is I will give you the YouTube channel link where I will stream this, and then you can share it with your friends and
That
network.
is great. Yes,
That's
yes,
great.
And
yes,
That's great.
yes.
then what we will do is let's plan another session in the coming week, next week, and then we can invite. I mean, I will plan out the meeting, and then we can just have some like sort of topics so that
Yeah,
we can share our knowledge and share the experiences from others. Maybe I would say let's talk about the marketing post pandemic. Let's start thinking about it, how we're gonna market, because I'm sure the everything else will change after pandemic. Not only the operation, the also the hotel operations, the processes, what will need to be changed after the pandemic is over. So I will try to create a meeting session for that time, and then whoever can join in Zoom, or the rest they can watch it stream live stream from my channel, YouTube channel. So
yeah, good
even
idea, good
Great.
idea.
And
Great.
yeah,
Great.
and Nuan, thank you so much for me also to invite on this. I was I didn't think that it is much interested. It is really interested. Thank you so much. And we will, if you really looked at Mr. Manish, if you looked at Sri Lankan hotel factor, I think Surat, if he's online, he's witness since I worked at Hilton too. Our industry always, it's one of the sensory industry we all work for.
yes.
And we have to, if we look at Sri Lanka, last year, exactly on 21st of April, there was another attack which got affected the entire industry.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, we were struggling and we were keeping our steps one by one. Again, this was happened. And,
Hmm.
we always need to think in a positive way, because if you looked at myself, other than hospitality, I have not much interest in the other thing. Even we face the issues, we all needs to get together and work out a plan. It's a global, since it's a global issue. I know Maling and everyone has a skill. So we'll put everyone ideas together,
Yeah.
and we will plan something where we can break this challenge, and we will achieve our goal, and that will be really help the industry. Everyone has ideas. Unfortunately, since country has been locked
Hmm.
out, we are not able to go out and do something. So we as a team, we will plan something which is really interesting. Thank you so much, you all bright ideas. It was really motivated that we actually in terms of myself, I was demotivated from situation. What we can do, whether I'm going to stay
Yeah.
in the industry or find
Yeah.
another
Yeah,
job.
everyone.
Everybody here.
Yeah, everyone. So we will work. Uh, we will work out one plan. So I think Manesh and one, everyone is there. You all can lead on this. We'll give you best support in Sri Lanka, and we will go into this.
No,
Okay.
because this time we all need to think as a hotelier, right? That is
Yes.
the only option. Because for example, like Mr. Manesh and myself, we are the big competitors. Like
Hmm.
we have hotels each other. And but those kind of things we can keep it aside now. And now what we need to do is as a group, as a hoteliers, what we can do for the industry and what we can help for even to the Myanmar or to the Sri Lanka or whatever the other countries,
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
need to put all the great ideas into the one bucket, and then we can take it is individual to the every companies, and then we can even brief to our directors, our BODs, and we can do something like that, and it can really will be help to the every hotels, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because that is the only way at the moment we all need to think.
Right. That's right. So let me plan out something, and then I will share with you guys with Nuvan, and then Nuvan can help me to spread it out, and then you can also spread it out further.
Yeah. No, we do. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Mr.
Noah.
Marinda, thank you for
Okay.
Thank you everyone for
Okay, then.
coming.
See you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you on
Alex,
there.
thank
See
you.
you there.
Suraj,
See you.
Okay, all the best for everyone.
Okay.
Surat
Thank
Stay
Suranga,
you.
stay
see
safe.
you. Take care.
Okay, see you.
See you.
Okay,
See you
bye.
there. Bye. Bye. Bye.